Thank you. Before we're going to the next panel and come back to some question, I want one more question about the volunteers. We heard in many countries people willing to support, because today the main message for all the society is saying stay in home, behave correctly, try to keep the rules, don't violate the private, again, try to follow all the rules. And this is the only way you can help, the best way to help. But there were a lot of volunteers. We heard about 400,000 people in UK. We heard in Armenia was 2,000 people. And we also know it's one of the issues about not enough places to put the people with quarantine, not enough nurses, not enough medical service people. Do we see any programs of short-term education program where we can help people be educated and help support the infrastructure? Because we saw in Italy how the medical people been basically working 24 hours, 7 days a week, and getting a lot of by infections because of the too many pressure to them. Do you see the volunteers can help some way to decrease the pressure, or it's not realistic?
Thank you. It's a very good question. Actually, we have two kinds of volunteers. First type of volunteers are those who can help with logistic, with paramedical support, let's say so, that we have now, and we have several thousand people that sign up for this volunteering, and we try to select those who are in the age and condition that are less risky for them to get involved, not to harm them, and then to provide some very basic training for epidemiology issues, how to protect themselves, how not to get infected. And the second type of volunteers are medical staff, actually, that are not dealing with the infectious diseases or epidemiology in general life, in their general working life. And we mobilize them to retrain, actually, as doctors or as nurses who can deal with patients with coronavirus. And so far, we have trained about more than 100 of doctors and nurses for the short period of time, like for 3 or 4 days, with the basics of epidemiology, how to protect themselves and how to approach these patients. And second, the basics of pulmonology and infectious diseases that can be a substitute for those doctors who get infected. And it's very pity for us, but we have now several, actually, a nurse and a doctor from an infectious disease hospital that got coronavirus. And also we have lots of elderly doctors and nurses that should be, actually must be substituted as quickly as possible, not to put them under the danger. So the volunteering, of course, and mobilizing the volunteers is one of the main directions to provide the continuity of the service, because medical staff is warning out, or actually warning down, I don't know the exact. Yes, thank you.
Thank you.